Our ride engineers, basically, who help us in designing the actual physical ride, calculate all sorts of loads and speeds and the physics, basically, that's required to take this train through the ride. The story of this ride, Rock and Roller Coaster, is really about mixing light, music, and motion together in a single experience.
Riders are blasted headlong into the middle of a pulsating rock music video. The construction of this ride had designers going back to the roller coaster handbook. There were 2 massive loops, inversions, and a corkscrew. In fact, it is the fastest and most ambitious Disney coaster ever attempted. What's more, they wanted the ride undercover, so the engineers took the unusual step of constructing the ride first, then erecting the building around it.
It's not simply a roller coaster, it's actually Aerosmith that are actually here. You're inside this tour de force records, you're going through the reception, you get inside the recording studio, and there you join Aerosmith for this great technological advancement.
Exhaustive stress tests were conducted. The ride hit 70 miles per hour in just 2.8 seconds. That's the same G-force as experienced by a fighter pilot launching his jet from an aircraft carrier.
To design the lighting to be effective and to move, you have to know exactly where the vehicle is and what it's going to look like to the guests. Timing is the biggest challenge for the design because the vehicles are moving so fast. They're twisting and turning, and they're flying through the truss and over the truss and around the building. We have over 300 moving lights within the attraction, and in a typical concert you might have 50 to 100. So it's a huge challenge to do a huge over-the-top light show, and you've got about 50 seconds to do it. I have a very experienced lighting control programmer who works with me, who does concerts, and it's a real partnership between us to create this. But because we're on the floor and we're looking up several 30 meters into the air, we actually need to stop, come out, ride the vehicle, and actually see it from the guest point of view.
That was awesome, dude.
It's wild. You really got to do it. The tears are in my eyes, but it's wonderful.
The team is incredible, really. It was fantastic. You guys want to go again?
Yeah! If this puts your stomach in knots, wait till you see the Cyber Coaster.
You're strapped in this vehicle, and this takes you on your journey into the attraction. The technical innovations, I think, are primarily in the launch. The launch is extremely thrilling. It's exciting. It's an acceleration from basically launch all the way to the end of the tunnel. The guests will experience, very strong forces, but not overly so. It's just to create excitement. Comparison would probably be a modern Formula One racing car, which would have about the same sort of acceleration.
Nous vous demandons de garder les bras et les mains à l'intérieur du train à tout moment. Merci.
Timing. Timing is the biggest challenge for this. for the design, because the vehicles are moving so fast and they're twisting and turning and they're flying through the truss and over the truss and around the building. To design the lighting to be effective and to move, you have to know exactly where the vehicle is and what it's going to look like to the guests. We spent the first several weeks of programming just trying to figure out where the vehicle was and how to have the lights come up and move, and then move on to the next effect.